अस्सलाम वालेकुम। न्यूयॉर्क से मैं हूं आसिफ इकबाल। आइए देखते हैं मेयर ऑफ न्यूयॉर्क एरिक एडम का एक खुसूसी इंटरव्यू बाय आवर एडिटर मंजूर हुसैन।
So, Mr. Mayor, I'm really happy to see you. This is Manzoor Hussain from Dunya International and Global TV. And I have the honor to introduce Mayor Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City. I have known the mayor since he was the Brooklyn Borough president, and I have personally covered the great mayor of our city many times. As a city journalist, I know Mayor Eric Adams is doing his best to take the city to the next level, investing in the public health, housing initiative. Recently, the mayor invested in 24 new school buildings, which will create 1,100 new seats for our children. Our mayor has so many initiatives, and as a faith leader and ex-officer, Mayor Adam is trying to lessen the crime rate in our city, and it's going down drastically. Like so many New Yorkers, Mayor Eric Adams grew up with diversity. He has added diversity in his administration in a big way, offering dozens of jobs to the communities of color, including Pakistani, Arab Americans, Bengali Americans, Nepali Americans, and many more minority groups. Let's listen to the mayor. Mr. Mayor, from day one of your administration, you focused on a safe and affordable city for all New Yorkers. How have you been successful in achieving these goals, sir?
It's so important. And when we think about it, we have put back into our city, and we like to say into the pockets of everyday New Yorkers, we have put back close to $30 billion. We can't control interest rates. We can't control how much inflation impacts us. But we wanted to find ways that we could help everyday New Yorkers, especially low-income New Yorkers. That includes the reduced fare Metro cards. It includes Metro cards, Omni cards for our students, 24 hours, 7 days a week. They can utilize them. It includes also reducing the cost of childcare from $55 a week to less than $5 a week, and building units and units of affordable housing, and dropping the unemployment rate and making sure that we can hire people from diverse groups. We did a lot of hiring halls, and I saw many men and women from the Bengali community that were there at the hiring hall benefiting from it. And so our goal is to make the city safe and affordable, and we're moving in the right direction to accomplish that goal.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, tell us more about your new initiative, Money in Your Pocket. What a word. What resources are available to hardworking New Yorkers to afford the cost of housing, childcare, and transit, etc.? Please, sir.
Well, the childcare, as you indicated, we dropped the cost of childcare. At one time, it was average at $55 a week. Now it's less than $5 a week with subsidized childcare, something that we wanted to focus on and ensure that it was done as in everyday people can benefit from it. We also did something what's called the Earned Income Tax Credit. These are return tax dollars to you. There was not an increase in over 20 years. We were able to partner with our Albany lawmakers and get the amount of those earned income tax increase, and you could get your taxes done for free with many of our partners throughout the city. And we're connecting New Yorkers to more than 70 city, state, and federal programs that can make life in New York City more affordable, including those who live in public housing with free high-speed broadband that we were able to get for the residents of public housing. And over 24,000 New Yorkers have secured affordable apartments through our NYC Housing Connect portal. But it goes even further than that. New Yorkers have saved more than $1.9 billion through our Summer Rising program, which is very important for young people and children. And they've saved more than $145 million from the Fair Fares program that I was telling you about for low-income New Yorkers.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, your administration is spending more on new school year by acquiring new buildings, new curricula, and early childhood education. DYCD is also doing a lot. Can you shed some light on this initiative, please?
Yeah, DYCD is very important to us. We do a great deal of summer youth employment. 100,000 summer youth and young people were employed over the summertime. And we believe it contributed to one of the safest uh, summers in the month of August involving gun violence. We're at the lowest in recorded history. And New Yorkers have been contending with an affordable crisis for so long when you talk about housing that we know we have to deal with the fact we need to build more housing. When you have a 1.4% vacancy rate, that is not enough housing for the people who are looking for housing. So we were extremely successful in financing more affordable housing in 1 year in the history of the city. And we've been successful in moving people out of homeless shelter into permanent housing in 1 year for 2 years in a row in the history of the city. So we know how difficult it is. We have a great city FEPS voucher program, and our housing through the city housing lottery program is something that we really move people towards so that they can have an opportunity to find housing.
Can you please elaborate on how your administration plans to divide New York City's $112.4 billion budget on childcare, healthcare, and the opioid crisis? Please, sir. Thank you.
Well, during the previous administration, there was a great deal of programs that were being funded by COVID dollars. And in 2024, this year, those COVID dollars went away. So we had to find ways of ensuring that those COVID dollars stay in place. And we were successful in doing so. I'm really proud of the team in a partnership with the city council. We were able to find additional money so that we can keep those programs up and operating, particularly when you think about childcare and other important services that our children and families needed, like the early childhood education system.
Mr. Mayor, climate change is a global issue. Your administration is also investing in flood prevention to help New Yorkers. Can you give us some more details, please?
Well, we know climate change is real, and we have to do everything we can to make sure that we could fortify not only our waterways, but also fortify the inlands. We see, as you see, some of the heavy rain that we have witnessed in our city over the last few rain seasons. Our sewer system really was not built to hold onto or allow the rain to be dissipated off our streets because it's just more than what's imaginable. So what we have done, we've started investing more than $1.2 billion in vital anti-storm water flooding. These are public safety infrastructure in all 5 boroughs, and every dollar we spend on this infrastructure, we save $7 from the damage that had occurred. When I came into office, we were clear that we were going to focus on this. So we just this summer, we completed more than $130 million in sewer upgrades that tripled drainage capacity in College Point and doubled in Maspeth, preventing the water from putting New Yorkers in danger. We saw what happened when we lost several New Yorkers through a serious flooding in the basement. We also installed the 200th flood sensor in Corona, Queens. These are sensors that allow you to detect when there are flood situations that are coming on you. They're very important. And we broke ground on the first cloud burst project at NYCHA South Jamaica Houses, where we'll keep nearly 3.5 million gallons of stormwater out of the sewer system each year and allow us to slowly allow the water to go in. So we're using innovative ways, new technologies, and new methods to keep the water from flooding our streets.
Thank you. And sir, how is your relationship with the Muslim community after the recent Israel-Palestinian conflict? Please, sir.
Very much intact. You know, whenever you have these conflicts, it stirs up a lot of concern, a lot of anger on all sides. But I've been a long friend of the Muslim community from my days of fighting against the Islamophobia during 9/11 to my rich relationships inside the various Muslim community. I'm probably a mayor that has been in more mosques and worship and prayer services, Ramadan and other services than any other mayor in the history of this city. Our relationship goes so far back, and we're going to continue to do so. We had one of the first Muslim Eid celebrations at Gracie Mansion during Ramadan. Never was done before. And each year I join Muslim New Yorkers in faith right here in their neighborhoods, and we're going to continue to do so. Conflicts are ways of showing how strong your relationships are. We need to find peace in all regions, including the Middle East. It's imperative that no innocent person lose his or her life due to a war-torn conflict.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, last question is that there is anxiety in Pakistani American community as well. What is your take on the current probes by the federal authorities involving your inner circles, please, sir?
Well, there's so many questions that have to be answered. It is imperative to me that I tell my entire team we follow the law, and we would love to talk more about all of these issues. But, we are the legal authority, the lawyers on both sides will allow these investigations to take their course. And I'm sure at the end of the day, we will find that I did nothing wrong. And I believe the overwhelming number of people who serve in city government do it because they believe it's important to provide vital services to our city.
Thanks again for your time, Mr. Mayor, and have a good weekend. Thank you, sir.
All right, take care.